There are some bottles of bourbon that are simply too special to open, at least willy-nilly. It requires sometimes a special event. And sometimes the right bourbon can even elevate an event, whether it's a wedding, a birthday, a meetup. Opening a special bottle does elevate the evening and makes those memories stand out even further. So here are 5 bottles that I have been holding on to that I can't wait to open during some type of special event or meetup. Hello again, whiskey friends. Thanks for joining, everybody. Now, as we go over this list, I'm going to go through my top 5, but I want to know in the comments, what are some of the special pours that you have been holding on to and you have been reluctant to open? Also, be sure to hit that like and subscribe. We have a goal to hit 5,000 subscribers here in 2025, and we need your help to do it. So week in, week out, we will fight hard to bring some good content and good reviews, but we need your help as well. So hit that like, hit that subscribe, and leave that comment, as I said before. Number 5. So 5th on the list here is one that is near and dear to my heart, a very, very special blend that brought together 3 amazing distilleries into one amazing final product. And we are talking about the Bardstown Discovery Series number 3. This one is my favorite in this entire series. And if you look on the mash bills on the side here, man, it's no wonder. This essentially seems to marry Indiana bourbon from MGP with Barton and Heaven Hill. And the ages between all those barrels range between 13 and 10 years, coming at you at 110 proof. Shout out to a cousin who gave me his backup bottle so that I can cherish this signed copy here for a few years to come. Number 4. Next on the list is a bottle that luckily for me, I was hip to back in 2018, 2019. I was able to tuck quite a few of these away. But even though I've been babying them, man, I am down to only a handful now. I could have bought cases upon cases if I just had a little bit more foresight and probably some deeper wallets at the time. But these Knob Creek picks that came out circa 2018 to 2020, they were always between 13 to 15 years old, and they would just sit there and cost $45 to $55 for a 14-year 120 proof pick. The one I have in my hands right here is from the Party Source, distilled in October 2004 and bottled in February 2019. What's really funny is even touching this Knob Creek here, this is the old wax, just touching this bottle, I've left flakes of wax everywhere. Man, that wax was so awful. Number 3, 3rd on the list just goes to show you how quickly these things can come and go and how quickly great whiskey can dry up. What we're talking about here is the Lucky 7 14-year Proprietor. The one I have in my hands is 136 proof. I have 2 of these that I get to open on a later date, but what amazing whiskey at such a reasonable price at the time. Essentially getting these for $120, $130. If these were on the market today, and frankly, some brands do have this distillate still, they're trying to charge $200, $250. The prices on these can get crazy on some other labels. The Lucky 7 was doing it right. Unfortunately, I haven't seen a Lucky 7 Proprietor in quite a while, at least hitting this 14-year age statement. Number 2. All right, I combined a whole lot of bottles in the number 2 position all together because, frankly, I could just do a whole list that was MGP single barrels. But everybody that knows me knows I adore MGP. So we are just going to put these as one grouping for this video. But I am fortunate enough to have some backup MGPs from essentially distillate coming from the years 2005 to 2008. I mean, those were some peak years back there with LDI, Seagrams, and all the different names that MGP had at the time. So I got a OKI here, picked from the Beeline, which is a group of stores and restaurants by me in Northern Kentucky that do some great picks. Also have some Old Scouts backed up. Oh man, this one here is actually a little high at 110 proof. I've had others that are even lower, 103, 102 proof. And also have a few 12-year and 14-year Boone counties stuffed away. Number 1. All right, All comes down to this. What is the number one bottle I have tucked away? Essentially, I think this is the bottle that I am going to hold tight on all the way to my 50th birthday. So we'll see if patience can pay off and, if I avoid any house fires or floods. I mean, the basement is very flammable for obvious reasons. But at the number one spot, I am talking about a pirate bottle of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof coming in at 138.8 proof. This is batch 10 for those keeping score at home and remains one of my favorite whiskeys of all time. I still remember the day that Durrell introduced us to this bottle in particular, and I knew I needed to have one on my own. And now I get to tuck this one away and just let it fade away after this video here in the very, very back of the shelf to not be tempted whatsoever to pull it out until a special occasion such as maybe my 50th birthday. So curious to hear in the comments, what bottles are you sitting on that you can't wait to open on a special occasion? And what did you think of this list right here? And just remember, while you can always find more whiskey, you can never have enough whiskey friends. So take care of those around you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye, everybody.